What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here again with another review. This time we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Miami. This is season 4. This is episode 1. The episode was titled Bienvenidos, same beaches, new shade. All right, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna need you guys to do me a big, huge favor and hit that subscribe button and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, please hit the like button, turn your notifications on, and share the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, let us go ahead and discuss season 4 of The Real Housewives of Miami. All right, you guys, so we know that The Real Housewives of Miami has been on a hiatus for a few years now, right? So Bravo has decided to bring it back. I will put the cast photo right here so you guys can see the new cast. So we have some returning cast members and we have some new cast members. So I'm going to go down the list of the cast members. So the main cast members that we have this season, we have Alexia, she's back. We have Lisa, we have Larissa. These three are full-time. We also do have Marisol back. Marisol is a friend of the Housewives. And we have Adriana back as a friend of the Housewives. It is so interesting to me that they did not invite Joanna Krupa back. But being honest with you guys, I wasn't a fan of Joanna Krupa. I didn't like her. Just wasn't a big fan of Joanna's, right? So they didn't invite Joanna back. Well, I don't know if they did or didn't, right? But we don't have Joanna. We don't have Leah Black. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Leah Black was not my favorite. Leah was too, for me, from what I would remember, Leah was very pretentious and I just didn't like it, but hey, it is what it is. So we also have 3 new cast members, right? So the 3 new cast members, we have Gertie and we have Nicole and we also have Julia. So the episode opens and we see the original, not 3, it was Marisol, Larissa, Adriana, and Lisa. 4 members from the original show that aired on Bravo. They met up with each other, right? Now I was looking at Alexia and I was like, did Alexia get bigger boobs? Because her boobs look different to me. Let me know in the comment section. I was just looking at her boobs. I'm like, did she get different? Because actually, keeping it real with you, every last woman looks different. Larissa, we'll talk about Larissa in a little bit. Larissa looks different. Lisa looks different. And the interesting thing about Lisa is 39 years old. I'm like, I know you lying. Lisa looks older than 39. No shade to her, but you look a little bit older than 39. Marisol, we found out that Marisol, she's married. She has a husband. His name is Steve. We see Larissa looking like one of the Kardashians. She looks like the Kardashians. She looks like Kim Bierman. She looks like Miss Nikki Baby. Is that the only face that y'all doctor know how to do? So we see Adriana. Adriana looks different as well. Adriana and Frederick, they're divorced. Then they talk about Larissa's OnlyFans, and this was brought up by Alexia. Now, Alexia, you actually were getting on my last fucking nerves talking about this OnlyFans shit, right? It's like y'all looking y'all nose down at people who do OnlyFans, right? Y'all do know that OnlyFans is not just where people go to have, post porn, right? They post workout videos, they post motivational things, right? OnlyFans is similar to, Patreon and stuff like that, right? It's not just sex. That's the most profitable thing on there, but it's not that, right? Now, Larissa says that, when it comes to OnlyFans, she posts about the same amount of things that she posts on Instagram. The only thing is she replies a lot more to the DMs. I'm sure you do shit because people have to pay you to DM you. So then she says she averages a day about $10,000 a day. I'm like, God damn. Let me ramp up my OnlyFans. Shit. Y'all gonna pay me $10,000. I want to go. I meant to do this before I got on camera to see how much Larissa's OnlyFans is. But I bet you it's anything from $19 to probably $20 a month. I wouldn't pay shit. I wouldn't pay for it. But hey, somebody's out there paying for it. So we're gonna pause here and move forward. All right, guys. So let's talk about Alexia. So we see Alexia and she's out with her son. God, which one is it? It's not Peter. shit, I forgot the boy's name already. But they were out driving, right? And he saw this car that reminded him of Herman's car, Herman's driver, right? So we find out, she lets us know that, she and Herman, they got a divorce, and then a year later, Herman passed away, right? So then she also tells us about the fact that after Herman passed away, that his sons, she said they sold, did she say they sold a magazine? I believe she said they sold the magazines, right? So at this point, Alexia and Frankie, that's just her son's name, right? She and Frankie, they had this beauty bar, right? And Alexia is also engaged. She has a fiance. His name is Todd. Now, when I tell you, when Alexia went home and she got in her garage and that car, and it just pulled her car back, I was like, oh my God, the opulence of that. I was like, damn, I wish I was that rich, right? So her fiance Todd has 2 daughters, right? So she'll be a stepmother to girls. Cool. So then we see her later in the episode as she, and I think that was her assistant, they went over to Marisol's house, right? So I don't know why she was saying it. She's wondering how her life would be if she and Herman were still together and the people are alive. I'm like, why? You're in a new relationship. You're happy, right? So I don't understand why you're thinking about the past. But she is. So then, she's talking about the gay rumors that came up with Herman, right? So she's talking about the fact that one of his lover was at the funeral, right? And her assistant said to her that, some of the gay places that I frequent, he's come up to me and talked to me and said that, if she wants to have a conversation with me, that, he's willing to sit down and have a conversation with her, right? So they sent a text message to him and they started looking at his Instagram, and that went into the next episode. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in episode 2 review, right? So next up, let's talk about Lisa, right? So Lisa, like I said, Lisa looks a lot different from what I remember her seasons ago, right? So she and Lenny, they are still together, right? That house that they live in, gorgeous as hell. And then her closet, when them clothes came down at her, I was like, oh my God, I need that in my life, right? So then Lisa tells us how she and Lenny, they almost got a divorce, right? Because of them at that time not having children. So they separated, and she said Lenny went out and had an emotional affair. But she said he came back to her, right? And they have 2 children at this point. They have a boy and a girl. An emotional affair, huh? Whether if that's what Lisa got to tell herself, who am I to say, boo, cat, dog, whatever. He had an emotional affair. He probably had a sexual affair as well, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got jack diddly shit to do with me. Well, we're going to move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So we're going to talk about our new cast member. Her name is Gertie, right? Gertie is beautiful. So cute. So Gertie is Haitian, right? So Gertie came to Haiti. She went to Haiti. She's from Haiti. She lived in Paris for a while. Then she came to the U.S. So she's a event planner, right? So she's going to be planning Alexia's wedding. And Alexia said, anybody who's anybody, I guess, in Miami, and they plan big events, they know who Gertie is, right? So then we see Gertie, she's doing this photo shoot, right? We also find out, so in this episode with Gertie, it was just with Gertie, Julia, and Nicole, it was really just introduction. So this episode is literally just an introduction. So this review will probably be pretty short because it really wasn't a lot that happened, right? So Julia is married to her high school sweetheart, not Julia. Gertie is married to her high school sweetheart. His name is Russell, right? They have 2 sons, Liam and I forgot what the other little boy's name is. I forgot. Sorry, didn't take down the kids' names, right? So like I said, so she is an event planner, right? Her husband, Russell, is a firefighter. She says, we don't do the traditional, we don't do the things that people think about firefighters. Let me see your hose. I was like, who does that? But okay. So we move to Larissa. So we see Larissa. So Larissa is getting ready for this pool party that she's going to have. And she's going to invite all the ladies over to the pool party, right? So Larissa got on this swimsuit. Now, I will say, whoever did Larissa's body, she looks good. Like, I ain't going to sit here and hate on Larissa. Larissa looks good. But like I said, it's just, she's a carbon copy of the Kardashians. So I just wonder if they all have the same doctor. The Kardashians, Kim Bierman, do y'all all have the same plastic surgeon on speed dial? Because y'all all literally look the exact same, right? Literally look the same. So this pool party, we are introduced to our other cast members, Julia and Nicole, which I'll talk about them individually, right? And then we also meet, I guess, a friend of, who is a friend of Gertie's, right? Her name is Kiki. That wig Kiki had on was an absolute hell no, right? Absolute no. Now here we go again with Alexia talking about this goddamn OnlyFans. Alexia, you are really coming off very judgmental, and it's giving me the vibe of like you want to make an OnlyFans, but you don't want the stigma of OnlyFans, and you don't want the criticism from OnlyFans. But the way you keep talking about Larissa and her OnlyFans, is like, girl, if you want to make an OnlyFans, go out there and make an OnlyFans. It ain't that hard. Go to OnlyFans, click sign up, fill out the questionnaire that they ask you, send in whatever document, because I know they're gonna ask you for some documents. Fill out the documents. Do whatever you're gonna do. Because I signed up for a Patreon. I have a Patreon. So like I said, I'm pretty sure it's similar to Patreon. Actually, yeah, gotta be, right? So go over there and fill that shit out and do whatever you're gonna do. Like, damn. But the fact that you keep talking about this woman's OnlyFans, it's giving your actual fan. And now I understand why Lars's tagline is what it is. Because I'm like, what fans are she talking about? Now I get it. It's the OnlyFans, right? So Marisol and Kiki, they had a little interaction with each other at this party, right? Kiki, what you said was very ignorant, right? So Julia, I'm gonna talk about Julia in just a little bit, right? But Julia has a farm, right? And she has animals on the farm, and we saw her, she was milking a goat. So then Kiki asked her about her, has anyone ever milked her goat with their mouth? So you're gonna put your mouth on a goat's udder? That was a dumbass question. That was a dumbass fucking question. So we're gonna pause here and we're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next we're gonna talk about Julia. So Julia she's an actual first for us in the Housewives history. Now I know people will probably say, well, actually Bronwyn is the first. Actually, Bronwyn is not the first. Bronwyn is the first housewife to come out as a lesbian. But Bronwyn is not our first lesbian, our first actual lesbian housewife that is married to a woman and not a man. Julia has that title of the first lesbian on the Real Housewives franchise. So Julia like I said earlier, Julia has two houses, right? She has a nice house. Both houses are nice, but one house is a farm, right? Julia is married to her wife. Her name is Martina. She was a tennis player. So she told us how her and Martina met each other, right? I ain't gonna go into that story because I wasn't really listening to it, to keep it real with you. Nothing against her, I just wasn't listening. Because at that time I had to get ready for my interview, so I wasn't really paying too much attention to her. But she and her wife Martina, she has daughters, so she's been with men before, but she's never made it down the aisle with a man. But she did make it down the aisle with Martina. She's Russian, so she was talking about how she did a pageant in USSR, and then she came over here. She did her first pageant. She couldn't speak a lick of English, and they showed the clip of it where she said, "Can you rephrase that question?" And that's that for Julia. And now we're gonna move over to Nicole. So we talk about Nicole. So we meet Nicole. So Nicole is an anesthesiologist, right? She's with her partner of 5 years. His name is Anthony, right? She and Anthony are not married. And, she tells people that they are married, but they're not married. I'm like, well, and I'm going to talk about her in the next episode because she's that's really confusing. You tell people that you're married, but you're not married, but then you don't want people to ask how long have you been married. Well, to her don't tell people that you're married. Tell people that this is my partner, this is my boyfriend, this is my whatever. And okay, it is what it is, right? But they both been married, right? So she's been previously married and he's been married. So she's really, at this point, she's not really looking to get married. And honestly, Nicole, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, literally, there is nothing wrong with the fact that you don't want to get married. Oh, they've been together for 6 years, and he's an attorney. So, yeah, like I said, you guys, the first episode, it was just a reintroduction to old cast members as well as introducing the new cast members. So with that being said, that is the end of the review. Let me know what you guys thought about. If you guys watched it, please get down in the comment section and let me know what you guys thought about the first episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it, right? Let me know if you guys are happy with the fact that they brought back some of the old cast members, or do you wish they had completely recast the Real Housewives of Miami? Get down in the comment section and let me know everything that you guys are thinking, and we will discuss it. And with that out the way, with that out the way, you guys, like the video. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, you guys. And until the next one, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.